What about last week?
So here's what had happened was.
See, what had happened was.
Here's what happened. About last week.
What about last week?
So here's what had happened was.
See, what had happened was.
Here's what happened. So over Christmas break, I know we told y'all we were going to be gone for 1 week, and then we were going to be back after New Year's. It didn't work out that way. What had happened was we both got busy and realized we both forgot. So I texted Jesse and I was like, do you want to record? And he was like, yeah. And then we agreed on a day. And then I kind of forgot what day it was.
He forgot. And I'm like, dude.
And then he couldn't do it the next day. We had a little bit of a scheduling issue. But
what happened?
We're back.
Dude, what happened?
We're back. Happy New Year's, everybody. We are back. Weird World is back in the building. Jesse, don't be depressing. This is a new year. This is a new us.
I mean, there's
new year,
all
new
the
me.
Crazy stuff we're going to talk about.
New year, new me.
It's a strange new year already.
Oh, we have... You know what? This is the perfect season for us, though, because with strange news, we get to keep our job.
Weird world variety.
Weird world variety. We get to keep our job. And man, do we have some weird stories for you today. So let's just say 2024 has started off with a bang.
Yeah.
In a big way. It has come back, like a lot of people say, in a big way.
Big statures too, apparently.
Oh my gosh. Like, I can't even express to everybody how much weirdness we've got in the show today and how much craziness there is as well. And also we're going to be talking about a lot of funny and hilarious New Year's resolutions.
Oh man, the first one we read was hilarious. It had me crying.
Well,
Matt fall over on the floor.
Yeah, I was dying. Maybe we're not gonna give it away yet, but maybe you all have major New Year's resolutions. I know for me, I don't make New Year's resolutions. I kind of set myself goals, because if you make a New Year's resolution, I tend to not follow them.
I stick to one goal at a time.
if I make goals for the year, I follow those a lot more. So I'm definitely not making resolutions, because I feel like you're just tripping yourself. You remember when you were a kid, you had reverse psychology, and you were like, in order to get you to do something, they would tell you not to do it.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of works that way with me with New Year's resolutions. Like, if I tell myself I'm going to do something and then I tend not to do it.
I tell you not to do something and you do it. So I can do that for you.
And just setting goals and kind of combating that reverse psychology a little bit by setting goals instead of New Year's
use
resolutions.
it on you all the time.
Yeah, it's just
I got a shower. I'm like, no, you don't. It's all right. Hold off, and then you're like, I'm going right now.
It doesn't work for me. And New Year's resolutions does not work for me. And then finally today, we have more anime news. We have a huge season of anime, and some of them
new stuff and returning stuff.
New stuff and returning stuff. A lot of returning seasons this year. Also, some anime movies that we will talk about. And some new animes that have graced us with their presence that are actually quite interesting. I think Jesse will find them quite interesting as well. So
the thumbnails definitely grabbed me.
Oh my goodness,
like, ooh, what's that?
Ooh, shiny. What's that? We're like squirrels over here. We're like, ooh, shiny. What's that? No,
that's raccoons. They like shiny silver.
No, but there's some animes that are really good and some really amazing plot lines that are coming out this year that are new, that are different. And the reason why we like anime is because a lot of our movies and shows come from those kind of plot lines and story writers. So we will be talking about that as well. Let's dive into just the weirdness that's going on with this.
Are we starting with what I think we're starting with
this first story?
I think so. I see purple.
Let's get into it right after this.
Yeah.
So this first story, let's just start off by saying we left you all in the last episode with a Christmas black hole story of them discovering a black hole. We're going to follow that up with some more weirdness called the Miami incident. And that's what I think everybody is calling it right now.
Miami incident.
The Miami incident. What started off as a simple, I want to say street gang fight, kind of. I don't know. It was a bunch of kids. The first thing we heard about this story was a bunch of kids that might have sticks. That was the first thing I heard.
Sparkler sticks or something.
Didn't hear anything about this. It's got to be something. I mean, they probably, their sticks probably sparkled. It was probably sparkly sticks. I don't know. We heard about some kids causing some trouble at the Miami Mall. But what made this incident famous was the fact that somebody took a video and claimed they saw a 10-foot tall alien
or Nephilim
outside the Miami Mall. Now,
multiple, not just one, right?
This story gets weirder. First of all, it's not till 3 days later. I've got this was 2 days later that an actual news source covered it. Okay. This one up top was a day later. There was 2 days later, an actual news source covered it. Mind you, nobody was saying anything about this story at all, except for an Instagram video and a TikTok video. I
saw it first on Instagram.
Yeah, and that's where I saw it.
They're referring to them as Nephilim, not
yeah, I agree.
Aliens.
I saw it first on Instagram, but I didn't see the alien part. I saw the cops part.
I didn't even see the cops, I don't think, until...
So what makes this story strange is at first everybody was thinking this would be just a small group of kids. Apparently it was a bigger group. So my guess could have been street gang violence, but I don't know. But apparently there was a big fight in front of this store and the cops respond. Now, the way the cops respond is what's weird about this whole story.
Yeah.
We have a video and I'm going to pull it up right now. Let's see if I can pull this up here. And for our listeners, this video is somebody who's, he's not speaking English, he's speaking Spanish, but he is up top, on top of a building, looks like, recording down on this cop's response. And what makes this so weird is that this is not one cop, this is not two cops, this is not even 10 cop cars.
It's like 70.
This is like 70 cop cars lining the street in front of this mall for this incident. Now, again, what made this video blow up was somebody recorded a video saying they spotted a 10-foot alien. That went viral. Because it really is a funny idea to think the aliens are shopping down at Miami, but I would say only in Florida.
Like to destroy stuff.
I feel like they'd be in Florida, if anywhere. I feel like they'd be in Florida. I mean, we have rockets that launch from Florida. We have a bunch of weird things that happen in Florida. I feel like if anywhere, there might be aliens in Florida. So this response is what's weird. Now, from what I heard over the weekend, there are videos of people claiming that not only was this street shut down, and I would like to look this up because I don't know if this is true or not. So I'm going to look it up right now. Not only this street was shut down, but let me look up something and see if anybody has any news about it, because somebody was claiming on a video that the airport was shut down as well in Miami at the same time. Nobody knows why.
Bunch of guesses.
Now somebody claimed it. I don't know if anybody talked about it or not.
Exclamations.
Yeah, see, there's nothing on it. So if there was a closure or anything like that, they don't even have anything on it. But what makes this crazy, like I said, is that nobody was talking about it for the longest time, and that there are 70 cop cars at this place. Like, it was cops lined up and down the street, all for this one response. Now, to me, it seems a little extreme for just a street gang violence, or, you know, just a small... I don't know how big this group of people were. They don't have any video of it inside. And that's another thing. If something conspiratorial happened inside the mall, wouldn't we have video of it? Would somebody pull out their phone?
Normally, you'd think somebody would.
You would think somebody would, but we don't have any kind of video or anything of anybody inside the mall. They are not allowed to.
The cops confiscated all the phones or something.
The cops did not respond to the alien claim until 2 or 3 days later. So they're just now responding to the alien claim. They're not saying anything about what happened in the mall. I also heard rumors of people having electronic trouble during this incident. But whatever they're doing, whatever they did in the Miami incident, there is no one talking about it. I don't see any TikTok videos. I don't see any Instagram videos. It is complete and utter silence.
Well, all the cops there are quiet.
They're
faithful people, I guess.
They're doing something. I don't know what happened.
They're lying, obviously.
I don't know what happened in the Miami incident,
need that many
but apparently,
for
yeah.
people.
Why is there 100 cop cars? But look at this. This is just insane. If you go to the video, you can go to the Miami Herald, which reported on this a day later.
There's still other ones on the side of, other
Look
side of the
at
street,
that.
too. Look, you got that line on one side, and then, look, there's a couple over on the other side, too. There's still
I'm sorry,
one right there moving.
You would not have,
three,
even if you had a riot at the mall, which this could have been a riot, even if you had a riot, which is what they're calling at the mall, you would not need this many cop cars.
I wish I'd been there, man. Would like to see what
Bro,
happened.
we needed somebody with a camera inside that area where the riot was, because there is something obviously going on that we do not know about. And no one is reporting on this. They completely shut down the incident. Like, there's a few news sources, but they're just talking about the cops' response to the alien claim. That's it.
Yeah, but 70 cop car or 70s. We're saying 70.
And
is
with
like
the
a
hundreds of people, you would
showing
think
up to a claim like that. Like,
yeah, it's weird. And you would think with the hundreds of people, there would be some sort of, we'd hear something. Like it was gang on gang violence, or this kid started it, or we didn't even hear that.
Yeah.
We didn't even hear like who started it and why, what's going on. If it was just kids causing trouble, we didn't even hear that.
We need to dig deeper.
Yeah. So we will follow up with this story. Hopefully somebody,
talk about it again on
I would like a leaked video. I hope somebody in there got video and they just didn't tell anybody about it and they just leak it like weeks later. So nice. That would be sick. If any of you were there during that incident and you've got video, please send it to us, because that would be awesome.
A story.
Yeah, or if you got an Instagram or TikTok that would explain more. This story was one of the weirdest. And I'm like, look, not even a day This was not even 6 days in, 8 days in, not even 6 days into the new year,
and we've got
an alien claim. And I'm like, welcome to 2024, baby.
I mean, this ain't gonna be the last. So I mean,
oh my gosh, talk about weirdness. All right, going along that line, we've got another story for you. If aliens was not your thing,
that's not the craziest thing to happen. Apparently, there's a black guy in Africa claiming to be Jesus.
If you thought Jesus was coming back and you're a Christian or just a person of the faith, somebody is already claiming to have come back.
But funny thing is, this guy's married, so that's clearly not Jesus.
Oh, he says there's a reason for that.
Jesus would not be married, dude.
I know.
Real Jesus.
And I'm just telling the audience what's going on. All right. He says there's a reason for that. He does have 12 followers that are claiming to be his disciples. Also, there's a whole community of people following this guy.
It's sad to see, honestly, to me.
I don't know how many quote unquote miracles he's proclaimed to.
I haven't heard anything about it.
I haven't seen anything. We have a video that somebody reported on it and actually did video and did a whole news report on this guy. If you want to see it, it's on Facebook. Just look up "Man claims to be Jesus Christ has been discovered in Africa." It's literally on Facebook. There's a whole documentary on it. It's about 10 minutes long. I didn't see anything in the documentary of what we've seen so far would suggest that this guy is actually Jesus at all. And I don't think, personally, I don't think Jesus Christ would be out here bragging about being Jesus Christ.
No, it says biblically that he's going to come in the clouds like with lightning, and there's going to be so many other signs, dude.
I know so many people want it to happen so badly. I don't think this is it. This is just my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. If you want to judge for yourself, go to Facebook, look up this video. It's insane. Oh man, it's insane. I've known believers for a long time. I've been a believer myself for a long time. This is one of the crazier news stories I've ever seen in my life. But we will see, right? I think time will tell with this dude.
He's gonna get
you think he'll get exposed?
Yeah, 100%.
I think so too, but we will find out.
He's gonna trip up one way or another, and
we will find out soon.
Oh, dude, really?
Time will tell. We will find out soon. But if you think that this guy is might even be remotely close, go find out. There's the guy who did a video on it. He has a comedy channel, but he's legit reporting on this like a real news story. Like he hasn't said anything funny yet. He might at the end. I don't know. But he's actually reporting this like a real news story. I mean, this guy in Kenya's got like followers and everything. You guys got to check this out. So, man who claims to be Jesus Christ has been discovered in Africa. We've got a whole list of other weird news stories for you today. We're going to find out which ones we want to do. You ready, Jess?
Oh, yeah.
Let's get it. All right. So, we are back at apnews.com if you want to follow along. This one was fun, and I thought Jesse would like this one. So, if any of you, do you have Christmas blues? Are you glad it's over?
Yeah, I'm glad it's over. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not, because really Christmas really came too fast and we didn't really get to celebrate Christmas all that much. And I'll tell you why. The day after Christmas, all of these stores were filled with Valentine's Day stuff.
That blew my mind, dude.
The 26th, not like February, not January even.
Yeah, no.
The 26th of December. They were filled with Valentine's Day stuff, and that made me sick to the stomach.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever seen that.
That was disgusting, bro. Like, legit, terrible. You can't have anything sacred anymore. I don't think there's anything sacred anymore. They're just like
cash grab, dude. I'm telling you,
it's all about greed, and like they're right into I was just like, man, we didn't even have a chance to even celebrate Christmas or even appreciate it. Everybody I talked to this year,
Valentine's stuff and Christmas stuff in the same, like, adjoining aisles. I remember that. It was like, what the heck? Christmas ain't even here yet. It's not even over yet.
We didn't even get to celebrate it, bro. Like we didn't even get to enjoy it for what it was.
Well, mind you, how messed up mine was. So.
Mind you, in Ohio, it didn't even snow that much. So there's that too, which it usually snows here. If you don't know Ohio weather or Midwest weather, it usually does snow, but it didn't even snow. And so it didn't feel like we got to celebrate it at all. But here's a good one for you. Unsold Christmas trees are on the menu for elephants and bison at the Berlin Zoo.
See, you can. I thought you meant people were eating them earlier when you said. I was like, what?
No,
on the menu for elephants.
But I didn't
and
know
bison.
this. Okay. I didn't know elephants could eat Christmas trees.
I didn't either.
What? Did you know that? Like, I didn't know this. All right, so let's get into this.
I'm actually a little surprised. It's the first time I'm seeing anything about that.
I'll let you read some of it. Just go for it.
Berlin, there's a bit of post-Christmas cheer on the menu for elephants and other tenants at the Berlin Zoo. They can chomp on Christmas trees that didn't find a home. The tree treats were unwrapped Thursday in what has become an annual event. Elephants tore off branches with their trunks and either gobbled them or tossed them around their enclosure. The European bison nestled into the trees before starting to munch on them, and reindeer sniffed and played with the conifers. The zoo takes only fresh, unsold trees from select vendors. Doesn't accept trees from the public, which could contain chemicals or leftover decoration.
Now, I can attest from living in the country, deer do eat trees. Wow. Like, especially if you try to grow like a brand new pine tree, they tear those up, dude. We have had so many times where we've had to like build something around the pine tree or put them a certain way so that deer don't eat them. And so I know that much, but I didn't know elephants were into eating trees or bison. Now, it doesn't take your dirty tree, Jess. So you can't send the tree after you use it because they won't take it.
I don't even own a tree.
You can't take the ornaments off and go, here's the tree.
I don't own ornaments either. So
they only accept unused or unsold Christmas trees from vendors. Which, I mean, if you had an elephant or a bison, you could have your own business with it.
They don't eat plastic either.
So, yeah, I don't know. That I didn't know elephants were into that sort of thing, but apparently they are. Apparently that is, if you have an unsold tree at your business, you can distribute them to the elephants and the bison.
For the elephants.
It's food for the elephants and food for the bison. So not only did we not celebrate Christmas, we're going to end it on a munch.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
I thought that was good, man. All right, we're going to go to another story that I know Jesse's going to love. What is it?
The largest male specimen of the world's most venomous spider has been found in Australia. Ooh, spiders. Again, yeah.
This is one of Jesse's favorites.
Creatures
of all time. And also his favorite topic that he likes to talk about. So I thought it was very appropriate to usher in the new year with a Jesse-related story. It's something he likes to talk about.
Because Matt talks more than me. He's got to get me to...
Yeah, I got to get him to talk a little bit, man. You got to help me out a little bit. This was updated on January 4th of this year. All right, Sydney. With fangs.
What, am I reading it or you?
Yeah, go for it.
With fangs that could pierce a human fingernail. Oh, that's not very impressive. The largest male specimen of the world's most venomous arachnid.
What do you expect? Dragon jaws? Are you wanting dragon jaws to come out and just...
I want them to, bite into your chest.
With fangs that pierce your car.
Heck yeah. I want spine and rib-crushing fangs, dude.
You remember the movie Eight-Legged Freaks?
Yeah. But bigger. I'm telling you, bigger. The largest male specimen of the world's most venomous arachnid has found a new home at the Australian Reptile Park. What? Where it helps save lives after a member of the public discovered it by chance. The deadly Sydney.
Who's Cindy?
I'm gonna name it Sydney or Cindy. Dang, I can't even. Funnel web spider dubbed Hercules. Really, Hercules was found on the central coast.
Gotta make him sound mighty.
I have heard of the Hercules spiders, actually. About 50 miles north of Sydney, and was initially given to a local hospital. The Australian Reptile Park said in a statement Thursday. Spider experts from the nearby park retrieved it and soon realized it was the largest male specimen ever received from the public in Australia.
So if you want to be scarred, go to AP News. Do they have... Yeah, okay, here's the dimensions.
The spider measured 7.9 centimeters from foot to foot. That still don't seem very big.
3.1
inches. Surpassing the park's previous record holder from 2018. It's still a little guy to me. Still a little guy to me.
It's not as big as the tarantula, but pretty decent size. I mean, you're talking about this big.
I can hold him in my hand, I guess. Record holder from 2018, the male funnel web named Colossus. What?
That's probably about the same size as some tarantulas, I'd imagine.
I would totally have one of those. I would one for Tessa.
Yeah, you would definitely own one.
And I'd be like bringing it with me, like, hey, man.
Dude, would the
put him on your shoulder. Hey, my friend wants to say hi to you.
Would the cats kill a spider though?
They bat at them, so it makes them aggressive. If you had both a cat and a spider together as pets, it's not a good idea at all. If you want the spider to be calm, do not have any other furry animal.
You better watch yourself then.
Huh?
You like cats
I'm
and spiders.
I'm gonna get one. Once I don't have my cat no more, I'm gonna get one.
There you go. Actually, it has more on the story. Here we go. Sydney funnel web spiders usually range in length from 1 to 5 centimeters, so they can get up to 5 centimeters.
Oh, so little though.
With females being generally larger than their male counterparts, but not as deadly. They are predominantly found in forested areas and suburban gardens from Sydney, Australia's most populous city, to the coastal city of Newcastle in the north and the Blue Mountains to the west. So they go quite a ways.
I really want to go there someday.
Yeah, I would love to see Australia, to be honest. I would love to go there. I don't think I'd live there, but I'd love to go there.
I'd stay there. I wouldn't come back, dude. I'm telling you, like, dead serious. If I go there, I'm not coming back.
You know what? Australia is a pretty popular place to live, believe it or not.
I would not come back at all.
Believe it or not, it's a popular place. Hercules
will contribute to the reptile park's anti-venom program. Safely captured spiders handed in by the public undergo milking to extract venom, essential for producing life-saving anti-venom. We're used to having pretty big funnel web spiders donated to the park. However, for receiving a male funnel web this big is like hitting the jackpot, said Emma Tenney, a spider keeper at Australian Reptile Park. Whilst female funnel web spiders are venomous, males have proven to be more lethal.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't want to be bit by one, that's for sure.
I do.
Oh, there you go.
With having a male funnel web this size in our collection, his venom output could be enormous, proving incredibly valuable for the park's venom program.
They have a picture of one right there.
One sitting on a hat.
That's a pretty decent size one.
Oh, such a little guy.
But he's also deadly. So
I want to inject him with something to make him huge.
He wants to put the spider on steroids.
Spider
steroids.
Since the inception of the program in 1981, there has not been a fatality in Australia from a funnel web spider bite.
Oh.
Recent rainy,
so
humid
they're not
weather,
out here attacking people.
Sadly.
Sorry, Jess.
Recent rain. I know. I want attacked. Recent rainy, humid weather along Australia's east coast has provided the ideal conditions for funnel web spiders to thrive.
Interesting. Yeah.
And that's it.
So that's the funnel web spider. If you guys want to look this up, that's an interesting spider.
Do so many amazing things, dude.
The shape is kind of similar to a tarantula in a way, but has some weird features to it. And then the legs are really skinny. So it's an interesting spider for sure. If you want to look them up, look up funnel web spiders. They tend to grow, like I said, 3 to 5 inches. Just don't get bit by a male spider. They're pretty deadly, apparently. Oh, look, there we go. It says, crikey, that's a big spider. Oh, they got a video of it, buddy. Right there. Look at that big boy.
Ooh.
He got some good fangs on him, though. Hey, he's got some decent fangs on him. Man. Yeah, they have a video of it and they have some pictures at AP News if you guys want to. They talk about it and they talk about funnel web spiders. Don't think I would own one myself, but I know Jesse would. Jesse would own one.
More than one, actually.
More than one? You would own more than one?
Bruh, I would throw like a bunch of baby spiders everywhere if I could. Just like, here you go, here you go.
Take a spider. And then the last one I want to do real quick before we move on to our next section. The police in Kenya suspect a man was attacked by a lion. We're going to stay on this animal trek, okay? And we have so much more news. We're going to get to more news next week in our next show, but there's just so much going on. But I'm going to go with this one because this is interesting. They suspect a man was attacked by a lion while riding a motorcycle. Now, wouldn't it be obvious? Like, did the guy
and shredded clothes?
We talked about this. Did the guy come into town riding the motorcycle and they were like, seems suspicious. I think I see claw marks. Suspect?
I think you would say,
wouldn't it be obvious? All right, anyway, we're going to read this and find out. Police in Kenya on Monday recovered the body.
The body.
That's not good. The body of a man believed to have been attacked by a lion while he was riding a motorcycle near a national reserve in the south of the country. Well, there we go. They recovered a body, so he wasn't alive. Police were notified by community members of an abandoned motorcycle along the road. So people were just driving. That's creepy. People were just driving by this motorcycle like, hey, there's a motorcycle here. It's been here for a while now. Along the road near the Marere? M-A-R-E-R-E.
I'd say Marere. I don't know.
Marere Forest. Marere? He was riding the forest. He was riding a motorcycle in Marere Forest area near the
Simba Hills. Okay.
That is awfully close to Simba, bro. What are they doing over there?
Messing with us.
Shimba Hills. That's Simba with an accent, bro. That's Simba with a lisp. The Shimba Hills.
He made Simba mad, apparently.
The Shimba Hills National Reserve. Officers saw lion footprints that led from the motorcycle to a thicket where they found the remains of an unknown dead man. Oh, that's sad. According to a police report. The lion population was declining in Kenya just over a decade ago, primarily due to human-wildlife contact. The government listed conflict. Well, contact, same, The government listed lions as endangered with an estimated population of 2,000 in 2010. A more recent survey put the number at 2,489, so they went up. The population went up, but with that,
humans leave them alone.
Well, no, that's the problem, right? They're saying he got attacked on the road, and he was just on the road. So
he might have been hungry.
That's
Kenya.
That's the thing. The more wild animals you have, the more you have to be careful. And being out there with a motorcycle is not the best.
No, that was a dumb idea in the first place.
That's not the most protective vehicle when driving out in the middle of places with lions. So, audience, if you ever get the idea of driving through Africa or a place with lions, try to get something with a little bit more protection. Maybe a car. Maybe a van, something that has a little bit more wall between you and the said lion. And with that, I'm going to end it there with the weird news. We've got a lot more, but I think we're going to have to leave it till next time, man. I'm going to have to bring some more news in because let me tell y'all, 2024 starting off strong.
It is.
Starting off strong, and there's plenty of weird news, so I've got a lot to talk about. But let's get into our next section.
I thought you just said we was ending it. Make up your mind.
Yeah, weird news.
And then the weird news. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're on to the funny.
Yeah, I gotta
bad.
I gotta explain everything to Jess.
Well, I'm a little slow, okay? But I'll catch up. I told you that.
Into the next section, and let's talk about some New Year's resolutions. So, Jess, have you made any New Year's resolutions at all? We talked about this a little bit at the start of the show.
No, I have goals.
Okay.
Yeah, New Year's
same. And I think I stick with goals because for me, like we talked about, New Year's resolutions just doesn't work. But in case you wanted to make a New Year's resolution, we have a website. And this is hilarious. The website is called joincake.com.
What?
Join cake.
Wow.
You heard me right. .com. And there is some funny New Year's resolutions if you want to have a little fun with it and kind of enjoy the new year. Also, having a funny resolution might help you actually achieve it. I think having something.
I think I can achieve the first one.
I think something funny and fun people could actually achieve. So what is the first one on our list, Jess?
I will love myself as much as Lizzo loves herself.
You heard us right. This is the first suggestion on this site. We did not make this up, okay? So don't come after us. We didn't make this up. Don't get mad at us. This is hilarious. The first one is, I will love myself as much as Lizzo loves herself.
I think I could achieve that.
I think the author likes Lizzo.
Or
you think you could achieve that? You think you could do that?
Yeah, I think
you gotta learn to love yourself, though. You think you could do that?
It's so hard, though. It's gonna be a challenge. Yes,
it will be a challenge. I don't think. I think this next one will be hard.
Lizzo loves herself.
This will be hard for anybody in 2024 because the amount of time that I hate being online. Because of this reason. Number 2 is I will pick fewer internet fights.
I am not going to commit to that. I will not ever commit to that. Hate to tell you.
Dude, the internet is so toxic. There's no way.
No. That definitely would never be one of mine. I'll start a fight on purpose.
I don't.
You wouldn't.
I think this one would be easy for me only because I don't like being online at all. Like I'm definitely online less than you are, and I definitely hate. The only time I'm online is if I'm watching shows that I like. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's the only time. What's the next one? You could do this one.
I know.
You could do this
there's
one.
There's one word in there that kind of supersedes.
You could do this one.
I vow to communicate exclusively in memes.
You send me memes anyway.
I would take the exclusively is what puts a dent in it for me. I'm not going to communicate only in memes. That's what exclusively means.
I mean, I think I could do that, honestly, with how much my friends have a sense of humor.
Potentially, but no, not going to.
What do you think, audience? Could you exclusively just communicate in memes alone? Because I think in 2023, or if you were to put emojis in there, I'd understand that too. Because like I think
that's not exclusively memes.
I think that counts. I think you could definitely talk in full conversations and memes and another one.
I mean, I could do it, but
another suggestion I saw on Facebook was exclusively in GIFs.
No, that I definitely ain't doing that either.
I've been through a full conversation in a group chat before in GIFs.
Oh, GIFs.
Yeah.
I thought you meant GIFs like presents.
No. Like GIF. GIFs.
Oh, okay.
GIFs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been in a full conversation with people before just using GIFs.
Really?
So I know that's easy to do. Yeah, because you just look up the phrase you want to say, and there will be a GIF for it. Guaranteed.
I have a hard time finding the ones I need. for?
Look up the phrase you want to say. I guarantee there's a GIF for it.
I usually type it in.
I can type out almost full sentences and find a GIF for it, and the GIF will have that sentence in there.
I like typing in like Deadpool, and then finding his heart hands, and
or like the ones that are like nods. Like.
Yeah.
Like they nod and point at him like
Medea. That's a good one too. Like,
all right, this is a funny one. Don't count me in for this one. I will finish all the DIY projects I started and abandoned in 2019.
Wait, that's 4 years ago or 5 years ago.
It was before COVID. That's why they put it on there. Because 2020 was the COVID thing. I don't think I could do that. I don't even remember what I started in 2019.
Unless you have it labeled 2019.
Unless you have it
dated. If you have it dated.
If you have it dated, maybe. This next one's pretty good.
I don't have any either.
We could go to Walmart. With this next one.
I will be unashamed about the fact that I wear pajamas in public. That's not me. that ain't me. I only wear very rarely is that me, I should say.
I think I wear more sweat outfits than pajamas.
Yeah, I mean, you might
I like my hoodies and my
sweats might as well be pajamas.
Yeah, now that I could wear.
Just substitute pajamas for sweats.
How about this one? I will run a half marathon backwards.
A half marathon backwards?
So, like any marathon you choose, half of it you have to do backwards. Is that legal? Can you do that without somebody kicking you out of a race?
Backwards. Can you run backwards?
But can you run, dude? I want to look that up. So can
half marathon?
Yeah, can you officially run a marathon backwards?
Let's start a half. All right, let's start a.
Bro, it'd be a new TikTok trend, man. What the heck?
Start a backwards marathon.
Can you run?
I can run.
Is it legal
for about 2 minutes?
Is it legal to run a marathon without training? Somebody said without training. Backwards.
Well, yeah, just do bad at it.
It says backwards in Ohio. Is it possible to run a marathon backwards? Will you get disqualified for running backwards? Somebody said. When a marathon isn't extreme enough, run backwards. Let's see what people say. Will you get disqualified for running a marathon backwards?
Will you get DQ'd?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, only if there's disqualified. One along the way.
Is it possible to turn around? Has anyone done this?
Could be considered unsportsmanlike.
As a coach, I don't recommend trying it. That makes me want to try it.
I'd do it anyway.
Okay, so no one's officially running backwards, but it said somebody got disqualified for a regional meet when he turned his head around and started pumping his arms in the air right before winning a race. So I feel like if they're that touchy about it,
you definitely can't run backwards.
You definitely can't run backwards. I say find a race that's legal. Like ask beforehand. Find a race where it's legal if you wanted to run backwards. Because I feel like people look at that and say, oh, it's unsportsmanlike and it's don't be a jerk. But what if you just want to build up your legs and run backwards? Because I don't know if people know this, but running backwards builds up your knees. Do you know that?
You ever tried it upstairs?
It's hard. It's difficult. And your thighs burn and everything. Like It actually builds the front of your legs. I don't know if marathon runners know this, but when you're running forwards, it's breaking down a lot. And yes, it strengthens your leg, but it strains your lower back. When you walk backwards and run backwards, you can actually build up your knees and your resistance. So you might actually have your knees for a lot longer if you start walking backwards. Yeah, that's fun fact. In case you guys want to know, that is an actual fact. So, yeah, I don't know. I think they should start making it legal.
I mean, let's start our own.
Let's start our own marathon.
Purely backwards marathon.
It doesn't have to be real long. It could be just a challenge, right? Okay. You know, it doesn't have to be 17 miles or anything.
What's another word for it?
No, you can call it a marathon.
What? if it's not the length of a marathon, I mean.
No, all marathons have different lengths. So like you could run a 3K, you could run a 5K, you can run a
what about 1 mile?
1K. Yeah, you could do a 1 mile, like a short race.
1 mile backward race.
Yeah, and then everybody just keeps track of their time. So you would release everybody at the same time. Everybody keeps track of their time.
Okay,
that would be
how I'd start.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. How about I will attempt to finally learn how to stand on my head. I know how to do that. Do you know how to do that?
I don't want to because my head hurts enough as it is. So
my head is already in pain.
Hands, on the other hand.
Now this one doesn't qualify for me because any language that I learn when I'm traveling, I plan on using.
Well, you kind of spoiled it right there, so you might as well read it.
I will learn a language I never plan to use. That doesn't make sense. Like I would.
That's useless.
Unless it's the Elven language. You want to learn the Elven language?
Elven.
Look, I am nerdy enough to learn the Elven language.
I don't know, man. Was there even enough in that to actually learn it entirely?
So behind the scenes, in case you wanted to know, here's another weird fact for you. J.R.R. Tolkien actually made an entire Elven language. And you can learn it.
Okay.
That is incredible, right? Just for a series.
Yeah.
He made made it.
Let's learn it.
Dude, I'm so down. I'm so down. I'm so down. So maybe in 2024 we will learn the Elven language.
Can you imagine? Okay, we're walking into Walmart and we're speaking Elvish the whole time.
I would love it.
That we just have somebody heads turning.
Nobody knows what dialect we are or what.
There might be a few other nerds that recognize a few words or something, but they're like.
Yeah, so apparently, J.R.R. Tolkien came up with an entire language. Now, if anybody doesn't know this, J.R.R. Tolkien and C.S. Lewis were good friends, and one of their big things was to try to outright each other. So what made their books so good was them trying to outright each other every week in an English pub. So, or an Irish pub, I can't remember. It was either English or Irish, don't quote me on that. Oh. But they met every week to try to outright each other. So
J.R.R. and who?
C.S. Lewis.
Oh yeah, okay.
The guy who wrote the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. I mean, all that. Chronicles of Narnia.
There was another name for that series, wasn't there?
Chronicles of Narnia.
Oh.
That's the whole series, and they had different. Each book was a different name. But yeah, so they would try to outright each other, and in that process, I guess Tolkien came up with the Elven language just for that series. That's insane, bro. I want to learn it.
That's some serious imagination right there, dude.
I definitely want to learn it. It's something nerdy. So there you go. You could find the language online you never planned to use, or you could be like me if you're interested in another country or going to another country and you want to use a language, learn that language.
I want to learn Japanese.
The internet is available now. I think we should
probably learn Chinese too.
Chinese is definitely going to be mandatory for the U.S.
It might be necessary.
I think Spanish is going to be mandatory.
I mean,
Spanish
I really
and
did try
Chinese.
to learn that once. I was good at the numbers, but not the words.
I think Spanish and Chinese are going to be very mandatory in the U.S. in the future. Just where we're headed. What's the next one?
I will learn how to juggle and recite the alphabet backwards simultaneously. There's no way.
There's no way I'm doing that.
No. One or the other, maybe, but both now.
There's no way I'm doing that, bro.
You got the last one down already, probably.
Well, that isn't the last one because there's 80 of them.
Well, the last one in that section.
But that's all I can. I will dance like no one is looking when I'm in a public place. I have done this before, so this can't be my resolution. So I cannot do this one because I have done this before many times. Yeah, I'll teach you. But like, it's kind of fun, like to pretend like nobody's looking. It's easier if you're trying to reach a goal. Like if you're trying to learn a dance and you're trying to reach a goal, it's a lot easier. And there you go, people. Some funny New Year's resolutions. Let us know which ones were your favorite and which ones you guys plan to do. Obviously, if you guys have some funny ones you want to write to us, we have a Facebook group. So write to us in the Facebook group or get a hold of us online at Weird World Variety. We also have an Instagram. We need to tell people more about this Instagram.
I thought you had mentioned that before.
I did once. maybe once or twice, but it's really easy to message us or comment or like or talk to us on Instagram. It's Weird World Variety with Matt and Jesse, just like the show.
And I'd like somebody to potentially answer my question. Is Lizzo level love potentially pride? Because
that's a good question.
I mean, that's a lot of love.
Okay, so we have some New Year's resolutions. Before we end this, we have some for your pets.
I thought about doing that first.
We have some for your pets. So if you would like to do something new or fun with your pet, maybe you've had your pet a while or you just got a new pet and you're thinking of ideas that you want to do for your pet, here are a few ideas that you might want to do that are good New Year's resolutions. I know somebody that's done this first one potentially already. It's very easy to do because people love pets. People love pets. I mean, extremely love pets. So what's the first one?
I will make my cat an internet celebrity.
Yes. So he has a cat, but whoever is your pet, one idea.
I will make my pet an internet celebrity.
One idea is to make them an internet celebrity. And the reason why I know this works is because when you post any kind of pet videos or pictures, people go nuts for it. Like, people go crazy.
Cashews, dude. One might say.
Seriously. Here's a good one. I will make my human or my owner chase the ball next time we play fetch. So your pet could be thinking that.
That's a play fetch.
How about the next one?
I will only throw up on the carpet, never on the tile floor. I would rather throw up on the tile.
I was gonna say, shouldn't that be reversed?
A hard floor is much better
because a hard floor you can clean, and the carpet is
much easier. So I don't like that one. No,
if the pets decide that one, kick them out.
I have literally picked her up and put her on hard floor instead. Like, now here, puke here. Don't puke on my chair. Don't puke on me. Or, the carpet. Yeah, right here.
Your pet might not like you if they're doing that.
Or I'll just pick her up and put her in a litter box.
Just go into the bathroom in one spot or just throw it up on the carpet.
I hate having to do that, but oh man, I don't want to get out of the carpet or chair or whatever.
Here's another pet one that might make you mad. I will learn how to change the TV channels during the good part.
That'd be messed up.
I feel like pets know, bro. I feel like pets are smart. Like, I have seen so many pets when they're in the middle of something, like say their owner's in the middle of something, big report, big assignment. Dude, they will literally come down right in the middle of the last part of their report and just mess it up. They will sit on the computer.
She literally sat on my laptop. Like,
I've seen cats destroy computers and laptops during the most important part.
Yep, Tess has walked on my laptop.
I feel like we don't give pets enough credit, and I feel like they're a lot smarter than what we think.
They are.
Because they know how to get that timing down. I swear. I've seen so many people that'll wake up.
They're not even timing it though. They're just I don't think they are.
Dude, I think they are. I feel like they are because I've seen so many people wake up and a cat or a dog will come sit on their face or just do something really obnoxious.
They got different clocks than we do.
I'm telling you, bro. I think they know. I think they're smarter. You know how we talked about how pets can see in multi-dimensions on the one show? We were talking about the ghost stories. Pets can. I think they're smart, bro. I think they know how to interrupt our lives just for fun because they're family. I think they do.
I agree with you.
All right, here we go. I will finally catch and destroy that bird.
Now that would be
that's a cat.
If the
that's a cat resolution. That's a cat resolution. There's no way. There's no other pet doing that.
Dogs don't attack birds, do they?
No, I've seen lots of dogs become friends with birds. So.
Just looking.
Yeah, so I don't think so.
Lick their face or something. I will sing the song of my people when my humans are sound asleep.
That sounds like a dog one.
That sounds more like a dog.
I will tweet out a beautiful song a half hour before the alarm clock goes off.
That sounds like a bird.
That's a bird one for sure.
I will demand only wet food and refuse the rest. Cat.
That's definitely a cat one. Could be a dog. Dog food, wet food. Have dried food. Dogs have dried food.
Well, I mean, they'll beg for human food too.
Yeah, don't spoil them too much.
I will fall asleep on my human so that they cannot move for the rest of the day. I've had that plenty.
That could be any
dog,
animal.
Cat.
That could be any animal.
That'd be literally anything with fur.
Yep. I will always drink from my human's water glass when they aren't looking.
Dog or cat.
That's definitely a dog or cat.
A bird might do that too. Bird could put their head in there and go.
Yeah, that's true. I
think I've seen parrots do that, or parakeets, or whatever.
Like, which one is less germy though? Which one is?
Which one's less germy? Like bird wise?
Bird, cat,
I'd say
parakeet.
Or dog. Oh man.
That's hard.
I'd say bird still, honestly, because they poop less. Potentially, depending on how much.
I would agree, and the reason why is because
they're not tracking around.
Cats and dogs
much.
Also clean themselves.
Well,
with their tongue.
A bird isn't tracking around litter like a cat. It's not dragging anything around like a dog.
And a bird is
slobbering like a dog. It's not.
A bird is not cleaning itself with its tongue.
Well,
bro.
Yeah, it does. They kind of like get like this with the feathers, with the beak in there.
I know, tongue. But that's more their head.
Well, it's
I've never seen a bird
chest,
like lick themselves.
Feet. I have.
I think it's more. I think it's still less germy than a cat or a dog. Though.
I still say I would say bird because I've seen plenty that cats and dogs have.
As weird as that sounds, I would definitely agree with you on that. I would say birds,
unless it's flying around pooping or something. Then
yeah, well then you might have a problem.
I'd still say bird. I think. Though.
Well, dude, that was insane. I don't know. All right. So again, if you guys have New Year's resolutions or your pets have New Year's resolutions, write us at Instagram, Weird World Variety with Matt and Jesse, or Facebook. We're going to move on to the last part because we're running out of time. We have some exciting anime announcements for winter and for the 2024 year in general. We have tons of stuff coming back and also brand new shows. So we're going to talk about that next. Welcome back. So we have, like I said,
hey, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing? We have a lot of anime news for you. 2023 was a crazy year for anime. I'll tell you, there was a ton of shows, more than I've ever seen, honestly. And I think anime is becoming more and more popular. 2023 was also the year we got the first NFL football and anime collaboration of all time. Anime has never been this popular. Yes.
That sounds super weird.
It was crazy. The what was it? Was it the Buffalo Bills? I want to say the Buffalo Bills. Y'all can correct me on that. But it was their stadium was doing a One Piece collab. They actually had the actors from One Piece at the football game.
Oh, that makes sense.
And they had like animations in the stadium from One Piece. So they would show the camera on somebody. It would show like the wanted poster of somebody. Like it was so cool. And so this is the first year, because I remember watching anime. I don't know if you've watched anime this long, because I don't know how long you've watched anime.
I watch it. I watch it in spurts.
Right.
I bounce between live action and
How
anime.
long have you watched it though? Like, did you watch it?
Because I've been watching anime since I was a kid, dude.
Okay, so I remember watching anime before.
Watch it as much as you.
That's fine. But like I remember, and you might remember this too, but anime wasn't popular.
No.
Before,
it was just considered cartoons.
Especially 90s and 2000s. You were called names and probably made fun of if you were watching anime, because everybody thought it was for kids.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people were like, "Oh, why would you watch anime? It's like you're such a nerd or whatever." And like I remember.
Grow up. Or
I
whatever.
remember I didn't say anything about me watching anime because I didn't want to get made fun of growing up as a kid. Like,
that was gonna happen to me no matter what. So,
like, not like I cared. Like, I didn't really care. I just didn't want to add to, like,
you just didn't want
you
the
know,
extra. You didn't want the extra nonsense.
Didn't want the extra nonsense, and you know, it was something I liked personally anyway. I think I got really into it, like deep into it, because I didn't really get deep into anime until college. And then when I got into college, I got like binging.
How'd you have the time for it?
Well, almost got kicked out of college my first year.
Oh,
but
really?
It wasn't because of anime.
Revelation time.
It wasn't because of anime though. That was because I was just slacking in other areas of my life.
Up top.
And then I had to sit down with my counselor, and basically they kind of like gave me an intervention, like saying, "Hey, you need to."
Hey, the truck's over here. Okay.
Yes.
You're veering over here. You gotta come back over here.
God was basically like, "You need to wake up now." Like,
wake up, Matthew, wake up.
Now, anyway, I remember watching anime before it was popular. I know this is a big debate, especially with Christians, about whether or not you should watch anime. I think that's BS because anime is just another TV genre. You can discern what you watch. Like, you'll know what the plot line is. They basically tell you in the first episode what the anime is going to be about.
Well, a lot of them are raunchy, so I can understand.
Yes, you can determine. You can understand like people's awareness, but you can also determine what you're going to watch, what you're not going to watch. You should have that discernment if you are a Christian. Like, it doesn't mean you shouldn't watch anime.
Oh, he's going to tell me if he don't want me watching it. So, I mean,
yeah, like you'll get a note. Like, I think you'll get a notice in kind of like your spirit whether or not you should watch it. Also, some anime is really dark. Yeah. So that's also another reason to kind of like steer away. But that's just the same as like, okay, if my friends are watching horror movies, like I tell them, hey, that's not a good idea. But they're like, oh, I still want to watch horror movies. It's like, all right, well, then you're letting that into your house. Like, so just be aware of that.
I avoid those as much as possible.
Yeah. So, like, for me, anime is just another genre of TV. You just have to know what you should watch and what you shouldn't. And you kind of determine that for yourself as you go. There are plenty of anime that are family friendly. So if you have a family that's interested in anime, there are very popular animes right now that are family friendly that everybody could watch and you'd be fine. But there are, again, like we said, there are plenty of anime that are not family friendly.
Not at all.
That you should really discern whether or not you should watch it. But everybody has those guilty pleasures, right? Like, I talk to so many people, they're like, oh, I like to watch this TV show, or I like to watch that TV show, and it has murder and violence and love and drama and crime, and I mean, that's not really great for our spirit either. No. So, you know what I mean? So, like, I think there's a hypocritical thing there. And also take in mind, like we said before, many of our movies and shows that we have today came from anime plot lines. Like, they are that good at writing. Like, all these new ideas come from imaginary artists and thinkers and writers and people that develop these stories, which, by the way, I'm okay with, because I don't know about you, I don't want to see the same movie in the theater all the time. No,
I really want to make my own anime.
So I would.
I've got so many
I kind of enjoy it. So, now that anime is super popular, we have tons of it, and 2024 is no exception. We have a new show. It's called Solo Leveling. Now, this one's controversial. This one might get dark. I'm not really sure where it's going to go. I know the first episode for me was kind of dark. But it's also kind of interesting. It's about this kid who's trying to be an adventurer like everybody else, but he's the weakest of the weak. And I mean, like, the worst adventurer rank. But he's basically doing it for his family because he needs the money.
Of course.
That's it. That's all there is to it. That is the entire plot line of this new anime. And I'll tell you what, the new one, the first episode was insane. Not family friendly. Don't recommend it for families. But if you're an adult and you're into adventure, definitely one I would check out. I don't know how dark it's gonna get, so don't quote me on that. It might get really dark. It might
This
get
is all
extremely
new
dark. For those that know the manga, it might get really dark. But
I think I said that one wrong earlier.
Metallic Rogue.
I think it's Rouge.
It might be Rouge. I don't know anything about that.
Because Rogue is Rogue.
But
so I think that's Rouge.
Here's the plot line. Young girl named Rogue carries out an operation to take out 9 androids who threatened humanity.
That sounds interesting.
So she's kind of a superhero, sounds like. We've got speaking of non-family friendly, we've got Blue Exorcist coming back. Another adventure one that's funny. I don't know. This one's not family friendly either, but it's called Moonlit Fantasy. It's more for adults, but it's a comedy. The one here, Frieren, I can tell you what this one's about. Frieren? I can't remember. I can't say the name. Beyond Journey's End. So after this party defeats the final Demon King and saves the world, basically, they retire. And some of them die, some of them break up, and they kind of go about their day. And the central character is this elf girl who has to figure out what to do because she's immortal. She lives on forever.
Are elves usually immortal?
Right. So it follows along that plot line to where she's got to figure out what to do after her party dies and after they've retired and moved on. So she's by herself. So eventually, don't worry, it doesn't stay sad. Eventually, she meets new people, she makes new friends, and goes on new adventures. And that's what this one is about. A lot of good reviews came out of this one. It's very popular right now. And so I've watched maybe 6 or 7 episodes.
So that's a sequel to another one?
No, that's just how it begins. So it begins with them saving the world and what she does afterward.
Oh.
Now I've watched 6 or 7 episodes. You will laugh, you will cry. It has every emotion you can imagine.
I cry when I laugh.
It's crazy. It's very heart-wrenching. It's one of those serious animes that are very like drama specific. So yeah. Also new stuff coming in. Let me find another one for you guys here. Another good anime that's coming out is let me see if I can find it. It's The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic, I think it's called. I wanted to show this one to Jesse because this one's hilarious.
Because it sounds like The Great Cleric, which I'm waiting for season 2 of.
Yeah, which was all about a healer who went to another world, and yeah, it was great. So this one is The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic. I was explaining the plot to this one to Jesse earlier. I don't know if it's family friendly yet. The first episode was fine, so I don't know. It could be family friendly. I'm not sure yet. Okay, so I will let you guys know as soon as I find out. But the first episode was basically this high school kid, and he's the least popular kid in school. He's not very out there. He's just liking his own life, and he's minding his own business, right? He stays after school, realizes he doesn't have a umbrella for the rain. He left his somewhere, somebody took it. And he sees an umbrella that he could use, but he decides not to grab it. Well, 2 kids that walk up to him after school were the student senate. They happen to be the most popular kids in school. And they decide to help him out, give him an umbrella, and they kind of all walk home together. Now, the funny part is they all become friends in kind of a relatively short amount of time. And you find out that the most popular kids in school have their nerdy little things about them that they it's kind of comic relief, and it's really cool. Well, as they're all learning this, suddenly a magic circle appears below them on the street, and they disappear.
What?
They end up in another world, summoned by a kingdom that wants them to become heroes. Now, in this other world, they have magic powers. The girl and the guy that was super popular, they have these really good magic powers. The kingdom is excited. Well, when they find out what the unpopular kid's magic power is, they all stop in fear. and he doesn't know what's going on. And as you as a watcher, you're watching this, you don't know what's going on. Without giving away the whole show, they find out that he has healing magic. Well,
which is pretty rare, apparently.
It's pretty rare in this kingdom. So they're freaking out. They're flipping out. They're like, no, he can't go to her. He can't go to her. He can't go to her. He's like, who's this? Her. What are you talking about? Well, in walks the other protagonist of this series, and she happens to be a general. And this general, just like the cleric series that we watched, has a crazy training regiment for anybody that goes under her. So they're scared that she's going to tear this kid up limb from limb, like military style. And he has no idea what he's gotten himself into. So as you can imagine, there's this whole comic relief about him being trained under her, saving the world, this whole thing. Really funny. Definitely recommend it. Looks family friendly for now. I don't know. I'll tell you down the line if it's not. But for now, does look family friendly and hilarious. Very hilarious.
I'm definitely looking forward to watching it.
Oh my gosh. Here's one that's not family friendly, but I also recommend because it's adventure. If you like adventure, I recommend in 2024 The Unwanted Undead Adventurer. Which is kind of funny. There is some comedy to this one, but it's more about this guy trying to survive. And what happens is this guy gets killed in a dungeon because he needs the money, like we all do. Going out adventuring for money. Gets killed in a dungeon and comes back as an undead monster. Doesn't know how he's alive or why he's alive, but he has to figure out how to survive in this dungeon. And he finds out that he can defeat other monsters and basically, like video game style, level up. So he's got to survive in this dungeon. And he's got to figure out whether or not he can communicate with humans again or figure out a way to become more human himself so that he can get back to his home, adventuring, all that kind of stuff.
You think he could?
Well, you'll just have to watch to find out, won't you?
Too many. There's too many.
There is so much coming back. And we have so many season 2s and season 3s. I've already told Jesse about some of them. One of them is really funny called Magic and Muscles. Yeah. That one's coming back for season 2.
Whole season already.
That one's hilarious. A lot of fun. Has some very dry humor to it. Kingdom season 5 is coming back. Kingdom is I want to say, was it Chinese? Japanese? I don't know if it's Chinese or Japanese, but it's a warfare style anime. So if you like war strategy, Kingdom, I definitely recommend it. And then let's see anything else we've got tons of other. I mean, you could just go to Crunchyroll News or go to any anime news site. There are like tons that are releasing this year. I know that we're getting another Eminence and Shadow movie. I know that we're getting
a movie for
a movie, bro. A movie.
And what, live action?
No, just an anime movie.
Okay.
Live action would be kind of weird.
They wouldn't pull it off. There's no way.
But we're getting a lot of stuff this year in anime. So if you're a fan of anime, you have every right to be excited for 2024. And we are excited for you. There you go. We capped it all. Weird news. New Year's resolutions.
Funny news.
Funny news. Anime news.
Funny looking news.
Oh, man. And you know what? Next week, we're going to travel to another place and give you some travel ideas. And I think next week we should bring back some more food stuff. Maybe some sports or maybe some games. We should talk about the gaming world and what they're going through right now. I will tell you that there are a couple games that are made by small-time creators that are absolutely killing it.
Really?
They're making EA look like kindergartners. I mean, like they are destroying the game right now. And it didn't take a lot of money. This game that I'm talking about that went viral, that you'll find out about next week, literally is $10. And you can play with your friends. And it went viral. It's incredible.
Okay.
So we will talk about that next week. And you know what? From the WWV, everybody,
Stay weird.
stay weird. And we hope you all have a blessed new year. We hope all of you fulfill your goals and just kill it this year. So see ya. Until next time.
Okay, see ya.
Later.